Hey, Marvelous Beauties. Welcome back to my channel, the place to be for planning, budgeting, and traveling to live a marvelously beautiful life. I wanted to come on today and share my May reading selections with you. Please leave a comment below about what you're reading for this month. And also, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video with someone you know, someone you care about. So if you're into planning, go and check out some of my planning videos. And if you're looking for ways to tighten up your budget, go and take a look at some of my budgeting videos as well. I'll see you at the end of this video. Well, I hope you enjoyed hearing about what I will be reading for the month of May. Don't forget to let me know what you will be reading in May. The first book on my stack I read every day, and I've read it over and over. So this one is not going to go on the list, but I will be reading this throughout the month of May. So I just read a page every day, and if I really like what it says, then I put a heart around it or I highlight it or something. So here's one. This one I read yesterday, and it says, "Joy is not in things, it is in us." And that quote was by Richard Wagner. And that's one that I enjoy. So this is a day book of positive thinking, and it was from the Blue Mountain Arts Collection. So if you happen to have a Cracker Barrel in your area, that is where you would get this book from. But at this point, I guess you could go online. I've had this one for many years, so it's an oldie but goodie. I keep going back to it. The other one that I read daily, and this one will be on the list, is Daily Readings from Become a Better You, and it's a 90-day devotion by Joel Osteen, and it's separated into parts, and I'll just show you what the chapters are. So part 1 is keep pressing forward. Part 2, be positive toward yourself. Part 3 is develop better relationships. Part 4, form better habits. Part 5, embrace the place where you are. Part 6, develop your inner life. And part 7, stay passionate about life. So I am actually starting part 3 right now, develop better relationships. So this will go on the list because I will read this part for the next 30 days. And I'll go on with it. And as you can see how it's set up and what I usually do, it has a scripture at the top. So I typically will read the scripture first, and then I'll read his little excerpt of the scripture and the page. And then I highlight any parts that I find to be especially important. And then at the end, it has today's prayer to become a better you and today's thought to become a better you. So that is it. And this book is on the list as well for the month of May. This one I heard about by watching the Steve Harvey motivated videos, and it's The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. He talks about this a lot in his little short video clips, and he said that this is one of the 2 books that he read over and over to help him change his mindset. I like to read stuff like this. As you can see, I pretty much have a theme here: Become a Better You, a day book of positive thinking, and now this one, The Power of Positive Thinking, because what we expose our mind to is very important. So it's critical that you are constantly trying to think positively, and you're taking in positive messages and also delivering positive messages daily, because that's how you keep your mind in a good place. If you're constantly thinking negative thoughts or watching negative TV shows or watching negative shows here on YouTube or podcasts, listening to negative podcasts and things like that, it really does have an effect on your mind. What I call like drama shows. I can't watch the Love and Hip Hops and all those reality TV shows. I used to, but I found that after a couple of episodes, I started to take on some of the attitudes and the personas of the people, and it just wasn't a good thing. So this one I chose because it was highly raved about, and I said, well, I'll see what it's all about and I'll give it a try. So at the end of the month, I'll let you know how I enjoyed this one, because this one is new to me, so I don't know. For my professional development, for work, I'm going to read this one, the Growth Mindset Coach, a teacher's month by month handbook for empowering students to achieve. So this is separated into months. So I'm just going to read what the month of May, and the chapter is called I Got This. The path to growth mindset is a journey, not a proclamation. And that quote is by Carol Dweck. She's like the mother of the growth mindset camp. So if you haven't heard of Carol Dweck, of course you can look her up here on YouTube. And if you haven't heard of growth mindset, I'll just give you a brief overview of the difference between growth mindset and fixed mindset. So fixed mindset is the belief that we're born with a fixed amount of intelligence and ability. People operating in the fixed mindset are prone to avoiding challenges and failures, thereby robbing themselves of a life rich in experience and learning. As opposed to growth mindset, which is the belief that with practice, perseverance, and effort, people have a limitless potential to learn and grow. People operating in growth mindset tackle challenges with aplomb, concern with making mistakes or being embarrassed, focusing instead on the process of growth. So basically, people who operate with the growth mindset, they face a setback and they get back up and they look at it as an opportunity to go out and try whatever it was that they were trying to do again in a different way. And they try to find creative solutions for their problems instead of just taking it as, oh, that's just my luck. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. This always happens to me. People with a growth mindset, they look at life in a way that's more of like, I don't know it all yet. I haven't achieved that yet. So people who operate with a growth mindset, they rely on the power of yet. So they don't limit themselves to this is how it is and this is how it's always going to be. They kind of forge ahead all the time. So that's one thing I instill in my students. And if you ever watch my classroom tour video, then you would see all of our growth mindset posters all around the classroom, and even on the front door when the students walk in, the whole door is based on a growth mindset, and it says our mindset in this classroom, and there's all growth mindset concepts. So this is my professional development book. And for the fiction selection, I chose this series because I honestly do not like adult fiction. But if you have any adult fiction suggestions that you can give me, please definitely leave them in the comments below, and I'll go and take a look and give them a try. So I chose this series, and it actually starts with this. I think this is okay. Yeah, this is how it goes. So the first book is My Father's Dragon, and this book, I read this one before. It's really funny, but I've never read these other two. So I have to go back and read this one, My Father's Dragon, then Elmer and the Dragon, and then The Dragons of Blue Land. And it's a children's book series, and it's pretty cool because the author is a woman. Her name was Ruth Stiles Gannett, and she wrote this book like immediately after she got out of college. And she was told that it wasn't going to be a success, but it went on to be an honor winner. And the copyright of this book is actually 1948. So it's a very old book, but it's so funny. It's really, really funny. So if you are looking for a good read aloud, actually for your children, I would say go on Amazon and you can buy this series in one book. And I guarantee you, once you start with My Father's Dragon, because this is like a page turner, it's very funny. Kids enjoy this. I read this to my second graders before, and they loved it. I read it to older kids, and they loved it as well. So if you're looking for something good to read to your kids, go on and pick up this series. I have to reread this one. It'll only take me a couple of hours, and then I'll read the other two. So that's my book stack for May 2020, and I will go ahead and go in and write in the names of the books into my spread here, and that's it. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a comment, and share this video with someone you know and someone you care about. Stay safe, stay home, stay healthy. You are important.